Hello and welcome back, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and yeah, we've got a Wednesday morning upload. I don't know why I was up so early, but fuck it, I'm up. I might as well get something done, and that something is going to be the second episode of Wizard of Metal. Oh yeah, but you thought I forgot about that, didn't you? Oh no, my love for metal will not be satiated so easily. And in this case, we are going to be doing the suggestion by XR Freedom called Sick Bubblegum by Rob Zombie. So always remember that the poll for that is now up. I completely botched that. I apologize. But I mean, yeah, that is true. The poll for it is up, but also don't forget to keep offering suggestions. Even if you've already made a suggestion, don't feel like you have to stop at one. Keep throwing things out there. Like, I am totally fine to just keep looking at whatever you guys throw my way, even if it isn't something that I'm particularly fond of. That doesn't need to be an issue. It really doesn't, trust me. So, how do we build a run around a song called Sick Bubblegum? Well, here's kind of the interesting problem with that. I wasn't able to find a lot of really interesting information on the design, I don't want to say design, but I wasn't able to find a lot of meaning on my brain is having a hard time formulating proper sentences. I'm sorry. But I was having a hard time finding anything substantial on the meaning of the song or the inspiration behind it or anything like that. There were a few things, but they didn't really help me to build a run, so I just kind of took a little bit of the lyrics, in other words, the part that says "rock motherfucker." There you go. The idea that this song is named Sick Bubblegum, and we're going to be starting with Cabby's Bubblegum, which incidentally leads me to want to do this as sort of a basic spam build. And then the probably most interesting part of the build, and even this isn't saying much, is I wanted to go for a robe that specifically made it look like you weren't necessarily a human in control. So that took a number of things off of the table, as part of my criteria was in order for it to essentially seem like you're not human when wearing the robe, you either have to not have a face, so there you go, but I'm not fucking doing that, or that has to very clearly have red eyes. And there are some that are a little iffy, such as Hope, which has green, like teal eyes. Pace has red. Shift has red. Fury has red, and so do Rule, Level, and Venture. And actually, I just changed my mind. I'm going to go with Venture because you can very clearly see that the skin tone of the wizard wearing it is very gray, which to me seems to signify undeath or zombification. So there we go. So let's go ahead and get ourselves... Honestly, it doesn't really matter where I start for this one, so we'll just take the gems and get rolling. Alright, interesting start. I'm down, let's do this. Wind, then earth, then lightning. So I am actually quite familiar with Sick Bubblegum. Not too long ago, and when I say that I mean a year or two ago now, I was going through my metal catalog and realized, hey, I haven't heard anything from Rob Zombie in a while. What's up with that? So I decided to look to see if Rob Zombie had anything new out. And I'd like to preface that by saying that I hadn't actually seen or heard of a new Rob Zombie album since The Sinister Urge. So it had been a while. And what I came back to was an awful lot of things that I knew nothing about. And one of those things was Hellbilly Deluxe 2, which I thought it was weird that he just did a direct sequel to an album. Not a song, not necessarily a movie, but a freaking album. And it just felt so weird. But regardless, I purchased it. I'm not disappointed. Hellbilly Deluxe 2 is actually pretty good. Ow. Now, those of you who are in the know probably also know that that isn't the full name of the album. I might take Stalwart Defenders. It's really going to depend on A, how much money I have by the end of this floor, and B, what relics are available. Now, I was really hoping to have the Blazing Lariat upgrade because I wanted to take advantage of Dr. Song's services, but you just don't get that lucky sometimes. Oh, hello, Stone Seekers. How are you? Now, I'm gonna butcher this, so if I try to do it by memory, but let's go ahead and look this up. So, I don't think this is actually on the album cover, but the full name for Hellbilly Deluxe 2 is Hellbilly Deluxe 2, Noble Jackals, Penny Dreadfuls, and the Systematic Dehumanization of Cool. Which, I mean, when you look at it that way, yeah, there is kind of this idea that anything that used to be considered cool has to be essentially shot down nowadays. And some things, yeah, sure, I get it, but not everything that was cool needs to be shot down as being awful and terrible for horrid people. You know, sometimes we just like what we like, and political correctness doesn't make it any better. Or in many cases, makes it actively worse. Ooh, I'm a smart boy. I'm a smart boy twice. Okay, what do we have? Well, I think that we're gonna go for Captain's Ring, and then I'm gonna get the Raspberry Cookie Box, just because I'm having a little bit of trouble starting off here. So I think having the Raspberry Cookie Box will help keep my health topped up. And considering the role I'm using, that is important. Lower my maximum health by even more than it's already lowered? I'm gonna say no to that one. Eh. So, I don't know if there was supposed to be any, like, special meaning behind that, or if Rob Zombie saw the whole, like, political correctness getting completely out of hand thing coming a mile away. And, I mean, this is Rob Zombie we're talking about, so it could very well just be that he thought he thought that sounded really interesting and just ran with it. I mean, to call Rob Zombie an eccentric artist is almost an understatement. So I can easily believe that it was just him stringing a bunch of words together because they sounded cool next to each other. But I have to imagine that there was at least some meaning behind all of that. Like, it wasn't. I don't think it was just, I'm quirky for the sake of being quirky. But I mean, you never can tell. I mean, this is the same guy that would go on to direct House of a Thousand Corpses after all. Wow, you've got very iffy spells available. Now, I'm somewhat interested in picking up Shearing Chain just because it'll be effective against Atlas. But I'm going to wait a little bit. Oh wait, why am I waiting? I know that I've seen Anders already. What did you have that was useful? I mean, Jewelry Box, that's pretty useful. So is Deafening Symbols. So now I have to take some time to weigh risk versus reward on what I want to pick up. And I mean, when I say that, I mean weigh risk versus reward after picking up Shearing Chain. Because that also has the benefit of powering up Captain's Ring. Wow, that was not smart. Now, for the uninitiated, Rob Zombie is, or I should say was, the frontman for the band White Zombie, which is a very prolific metal band in and of its own right. And I remember the first time I listened to Astro Creep 2000 and said to myself, Astro Creep 2000? But then after that I said, wow, this album's pretty good. Like, oh, boots. What do these do? Yay! Doesn't matter. Alright, so that is enough for the jewelry box, but would I prefer that or the stone thing? Well, I'm telling you right now, I am going to pick up the little mimic. I'm going to finish exploring first, see if I can't get one more iffy one more iffy relic to feed to the Mimic just to get a larger bonus. That's funny, the Mimic showing up actually goes well with the lyrics to Sick Bubblegum. Chew it up, spit it out, sick bubblegum. I'm no Rob Zombie, so that probably sounded like garbage. So I was thinking about the jewelry box, but I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to buy the cheapest relic I can, and then we'll give that to the Mimic. But first, let's drop what I want to keep. Here we go. Plus 15, pretty good. That being on top of my already plus 10, and then plus 12. Alright, starting to look pretty strong. Moving on. I guess I could have upgraded the Stone Seekers, but ultimately I would rather replace the Stone Seekers with something else. Of course, thinking about it, I probably should have just upgraded them and just ran with it. And there we go. Ooh, hello, Wind Dragons. Come on forward with the Wind Dragons. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Alright, so on to the two possible meanings I was able to find for Sick Bubblegum. I might buy Deferred Dynamo, I'm not 100% yet. Like, it seems like a bad idea, but simultaneously I do have Captain's Ring that could mitigate some of the losses, but at the moment I'm kind of thinking against that idea. There we go. So, one possible meaning of the song is just because of what some people were able to put together on songmeaning.com, is that it could be a song about basically sex, and if you're squeamish about the topic of sex, don't like talking about things like that, or perhaps you're just a YouTube advertiser, then perhaps stop listening now. But it seems like it could, like the lyrics of the song could be pointing to that, as well as the idea that on the set of the video, his wife was apparently chewing bubblegum, which that's about the loosest connection I've ever heard. But there are things in the lyrics which do potentially lend credence to that idea. And we just pull up the lyrics here and we'll have a look. Nope, that's the wrong one. God damn it. Alright, so this seems like a good time to segue into talking about the lyrics of the song. And the first The first verse goes, mechanized head and a god named Zed. I don't know what god is named Zed, but apparently he's the last letter of the alphabet, so fuck it. I keep telling you it's alright. Yeah, that has a very sexual connotation, not gonna lie. A parallax view that you can't unscrew. Well, I don't know what the parallax view has to do with anything. When it all just gets so tight. So, you can very much see where he might be talking about the old vajayjay there. But the other idea about what the song's meaning is just right there in the lyrics. Rock motherfucker, rock the motherfucker, rock motherfucker, yeah. And again, if you're squeamish or, just happen to be very, very childish in your ways, then, stop listening to the video, maybe go clutch your pearls and lament on the downfall of Western society for a while. I don't really care. We will definitely be taking that. But the other thing that was brought up is that Rob Zombie himself, and I gotta again look this up. We'll come back to the lyrics in a bit, but let's first see. So Rob Zombie explained the meaning of the song title to. Apparently, he was talking to someone from MSN Music. But the phrase "Sick Bubblegum" was something that he heard Johnny Ramone use on a VH1 special, talking about the history of punk rock. Johnny Ramone was asked how he described their music, and he said, "Bubblegum." But then he paused and said, "Sick Bubblegum." And he just kind of liked that and wrote it down, and more or less that's where the song came from. So it could also very easily be interpreted that the song is just about rock and roll music. Hence the interludes that just go rock motherfucker 6 times before getting to the chorus, which is chew it up, spit it out, sick bubblegum. So consume rock and roll. Blow it up, stick it out, sick bubblegum. No idea what the hell that's supposed to mean. Tear it up, push it down, sick bubblegum. Again, it's probably just, something about just the heavy nature of rock music in general. Shove it in, rip it out, sick bubblegum. That, again, could very well be talking about the vag. Just saying, that seems like where that's going, to my idiot, untrained ears. So I'm gonna be finding myself switching Arcana often, so it would be better if I had the funds to go along with that. Which means it's probably best that pardon me. Probably best that I didn't pick up the jewelry box because ow. Because those two items clearly don't synergize. And that's pointless. I mean, I'm not going to find him on the next floor for sure, but hey, maybe pretty soon I'll find Permire and I can sell him those gloves. It's a shame those didn't show up on the first floor, otherwise I could have also fed them to the Mimic. But oh well. Trust me when I say the salt is only semi-real. And yes, I could have fed them to the Mimic, but I'm not upset about what I did have. You take the good, you take the bad, and chew it up and spit it out in sick bubblegum. Screw you and your poison caltrops too. Yeah, don't worry, Earth Elemental enemies, I hate you too. That was the wrong choice there. Beautiful. What do we have here? So, Prismatic Vambrace doesn't seem like a bad idea. And I don't know why the game seems to insist that I take the Elemental Fairy of all of my enemies' resistances. As of late, the game has just been tired of me using fairies, I guess. But, you know me, I may very well take it anyway. But first, I want to find Iris and see what I can purchase from her stand. And it would be especially nice if I could, you know, get some sort of enhancement here. Yeah, both Blazing Lariat and Stone Shot still need to be upgraded. But she hasn't upgraded them because she's a hateful bitch. So maybe with some luck? God damn, she does not want me to have any sort of upgrades at all. That having been said, I do think Airborne Slam is better for me than Shearing Chain. It'll definitely benefit more from the power nature of the run. There we go. Hey look, it's the same boss twice. Oops. Alright, you know what, that works. Fine, whatever. I thought it took more damage than that. I guess it seems like more damage than that when your maximum is only 300. So, there you go, if you really like him, you really like the song Sick Bubblegum, thank Johnny Ramone for that. Or his wife's vagina, whichever one you think deserves more worship. Yeah, I'm not taking that. Actually, what is that? Magnetic follow-up? Yeah, actually that might be better for what I have going on here. Now what I could use is Demi's Teapot in order to improve the duration of the magnetic follow-up. Admittedly, it doesn't last very long, but it gets the job done. There we go. Actually, I am kind of liking that. I don't use it very often, so it's kind of fun to bust it out when I get the chance. And it certainly goes along with the basic spam nature of what I was intending the build to be originally, but, you know, obviously that never came to fruition. Very good. And it's Nocturne the Cardist. Hey Nocturne, you want to talk to Iris for me and get her to stop being such a hateful bitch? So another thing that makes the Captain's Ring kind of stand out, oh my gosh, she really does not want to upgrade anything that I have. Like, I don't get it. What am I doing wrong here? Alright, Nocturne is up there. Alright. I don't know if I want to stick with that or not. Let's try it for a little bit. See if I like the idea of this one better. Ooh, another fairy. Let's see if I have enough money to rescue her while I'm at it. Ooh, magnetic follow-up is fun. I haven't used it in so long. Alright, anyways, I'm getting off topic here, as I tend to do. What is the next part of the lyrics? Well, this is another one that got people thinking it's a song essentially worshipping, you know, female anatomy. Fireproof stick and I ain't so quick. I just made you think I am. So, you know, again, take that how you want. But I mean, there aren't a whole lot of other ways to interpret that aside from fireproof stick. I mean, last I checked, mine isn't exactly fireproof, but maybe I have an older model. Black numb days and a model hater, brand new illusion scare. I'm sorry, I've got nothing. That's like reading lyrics to a Nirvana song. Sometimes you just stop and go, yeah, that is a sequence of words. You managed to put that together, but I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. And then it just does the, you know, rock motherfucker line for a while. You know, 6 repetitions of, you know, rock motherfucker in certain variations, of course, but it's still very much rock motherfucker. And then the chorus, which we already went over, chew it up, spit it out, sick bubblegum. Other verbs, sick bubblegum. I just think the lyrics to this song aren't exactly great. I mean, there are some people that would argue that the lyrics are like next level because they're so difficult to understand and interpret. But I mean, that's a very childish interpretation of things. That's like saying that, oh, Metallica's a bad songwriter because they rhymed reason with season. It's like, I don't really understand the correlation, but okay, if it makes you sleep better at night. Which, I mean, if you think that's bad, remember we got people like R. Kelly who will rhyme the same word with itself multiple times in a song, so you really want to talk shit about rhyming reason and season? And for what it's worth, yes, I was just watching a video where someone criticized that exact fact, and I just kind of stopped and said, why is that important? Like, is the idea that they rhymed reason with season really that convincing of an argument in your head? Like, I don't get it. Alright, so let me actually go with the crowd control while we're going through the dungeon, and then we'll switch to magnetic follow-up for the boss. So, there is a third verse. Let's see if the lyrics are doing anything for me here. Remember the coop when you hit the loop, a new god in Hollywood. So that could actually be very well be essentially an indictment to his own film directing career. Because remember, Rob Zombie is a bit of a Renaissance man in many respects. He was the frontman for White Zombie before he went on and did his own thing with just him. And, of course, like, this is what I don't understand about people who just go on to be like, it's just me now! But you have bandmates. Like, even if it's not the same bandmates that you started with, you have bandmates. What's the deal? Do they not deserve recognition of any sort? I don't get it. But, you know, pedantic aside, he went on to do his own solo career, which obviously did really well. Wrong button. All right. Oh, I really didn't even need to think about that. I like it, but it's not a critical hit run, so on the ground it stays. Oh, you're finally gonna upgrade this now. My god, woman. And I like Violent Thornstorm. Do I like it more than Magnetic Follow-Up? I think I'm gonna keep Magnetic Follow-Up. So, the rest of the lyrics of the third verse. Let's see. Diamond days and your locust plays, you wouldn't make it if you could. So, don't 100% know what that means, but if we look at it as essentially him just singing about rock and roll in general, what we've got there is someone saying, yeah, you've got to work harder than that to make it, essentially. Now, that's probably an incorrect interpretation, but like I said, these are like big brain next gen lyrics that are made to break logic and definition. So asking me if I know what does it mean? It means It means I killed a man in prison for asking fucking questions. Now, that having been said, I make fun of the idea that the lyrics are hard to derive meaning from, but it doesn't mean that I dislike the song. I actually really like Sick Bubblegum. But it doesn't mean that everything is super easy to interpret. And that essentially being my job here, I'm left at a bit of a loss. And I don't expect Rob Zombie himself to see this video and comment to help me figure out what exactly he was thinking when he made the song, but... I mean, it would certainly go a long way to helping fix my broken brain. Is it maybe I'm the dumb one. Maybe I'm an idiot for not knowing what exactly any of that was supposed to mean, but... like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I'm at least marginally smart. I'm certainly not an idiot. So why can't I figure out what Sick Bubblegum means? But like I said, it was a song that he wrote based on just an offhand phrase that Johnny Ramone has said, so maybe there doesn't need to be any more meaning to it than that. And I would argue there probably isn't. It's just him making a song about, hey, rock, motherfucker, rock. And hey, maybe that's all there needs to be to it. I wouldn't doubt that that's what he was saying. He is... I mean, he is an old-school metal artist, as evidenced by the idea that he was the frontman for White Zombie. So, I mean, that could very well just be all that he was trying to say is just rock. Now, in order for that to really be the message, though, one would have to know the reason why Rob Zombie split from White Zombie in the first place. And actually, that's one piece of the puzzle I hadn't looked up prior to making this video. So what I will probably do is I'll look it up in just a second here. Because I imagine there's an interesting story to be told there. Aw, man. Owie. Look at that power. Yeah, I don't want that. Go away. Alright, so let's real quick look this up. I just spelled Rob Zombie horribly wrong. So, let's look it up. So, obviously, he broke off from White Zombie in 1997 and went on to his own solo career in 98. But I'm not sure the reasoning given makes a lot of sense. He told whoever he was talking to at the time that nowadays a lot of his audience isn't even familiar with the old White Zombie songs. So, I don't know, I might just have to do some reading up on that and come back to it. But right now I have a run to finish, and again, I like to stress, I'm having fun with the run. I like the song in general. It's just sometimes it's really hard to derive to derive meaning from it. I'd also like to point out that Sick Bubblegum came out in 2010, and he had split off and did it into his own solo career in 98, so the two things probably aren't correlated at all. So that could just be a case of trying to find meaning where there isn't necessarily any, or to put it a bit more succinctly, that causation doesn't exactly equal it's the other way around. Correlation doesn't equal causation. Just because these two things happen doesn't mean that they're related to one another. Oh, would you just die already? Lord, you have more health than you should. What do we have? Well, you know I'm gonna buy that. And just because. Actually, let's hold on to that. Yeah, no. Okay, so. Oh, and I accidentally bought the permafrost cube. Damn it. Actually, that'll work. I mean, to be fair, they're both equally as useless in this fight, but oh well. At least one of them pretends like I'm giving a damn about what I'm bringing into this battle. Ooh, that worked out quite nicely. Alright, hit him with the quick burn cycle, then get out of there. Okay, I'm actually kind of interested in doing an entire build based around magnetic follow-up, because this is working quite well. Hey, that just went right through him. What the living piss? Hey. There you go. So, unfortunately, unlike with Master of Puppets, I wasn't able to glean a huge amount of meaning out of Sick Bubblegum, and that kind of makes me a little sad, because, again, that's what I signed up to do, and I couldn't really do it. Or at least I don't feel I could do it, but, I mean, I went out there, I found the information, there just wasn't a lot to find. So, like I said, if you really dig the song, then, you know, thank Johnny Ramone, and just Rob Zombie being a fan of the Ramones in general, really. And, yeah, that's what I got. So, again, thank you to XR Freedom on my Discord server for mentioning Sick Bubblegum. The first Wizard of Legend poll is now live. It was actually live before I started the video recording today. So the 3 songs that are up for votes are on my Discord, and I'll make sure that gets around on my social media as well. So if you prefer looking on my other social media, you can find it there. It'll also be in the description of this video. And yeah, that's all I've got. So you guys enjoy rocking the fuck out, and I will see you on the next video. My name is Darksage Walker, and, well, I already said it, so bye. Sick Bubblegum. Chew it up. Spit it out. Why did I take Permafrost Cube?